Okay, so 6.4 is determinants and Cramer's rule. So some key things, we're going to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix, which means for a 2 by 2 matrix, setting up as A equals A, B, C, D is given by the determinant. Notice the notation of the absolute values, which is notated by the determinant. You have A times D minus B times C. A few examples. So find the determinant of the matrix. Well, we have a 2 by 2, which means we can use the rule. So I'm going to multiply. Remember, this is your A, B, C, and D. So in order to find the determinant, we take 2 times 3 minus 0 times 0, which gives us 6. For part B, same concept. We're looking for the determinant. Multiply diagonal, you get 3 times 4 minus negative 7 times negative 1, which gives you 5. All right, Cramer's rule. Very, very important to do Cramer's rule. The Cramer's rule for 2 variables. Very important that you know it only works for 2 variables for a linear system. So we have the linear system ax plus by equals r, cx plus dy equals s. Has the solution taking the determinant. In order to find x, you take the determinant of rs bd and divide it by the original determinant. In order to find y, you have AC and replace RS and divide that by the determinant. If A, B, C, D, when you take that determinant, equals 0, then it's undefined. Use this notation. D equals, for the determinant, so this represents the determinant, it's the coefficient matrix. It's A, B, C, D. In order to find the D sub x, so D of x with respect to x, we substitute R and S in and keep B and D. So you only replace the first column. In order to find D of y, we replace the second column with R and S. We can write the solution of this system as, for x, is the determinant of x divided by the determinant. And in order to find the solution for y, it's the determinant of with y divided by the determinant. So example 4 says use Cramer's rule to solve the linear system. So we are going to set up the determinant first using these 4 portions of our system. So writing the determinant, labeled D, is 10, 20, negative 17, negative 31. So in order to actually find the determinant, you have to cross multiply. So you get 10 times negative 31 minus 20 times negative 17. So the determinant is 30. Next, we want to go ahead and list out what are our R and our S's. So R is 21, S is 39. So my first thing I need to find is D of X. So that can help me find the numerator of my fraction. So in order to find the determinant with respect to X, I replace the first row, the first column with RS. Everything else stays the same. So D with respect to X, our R is 21, our S is 39, B and D are negative 17 and negative 31. In order to find the determinant, I'm going to cross multiply these. So I get 21 times negative 31 minus 39 times negative 17. So D of X equals 12. So when looking at this, I need to find out what exactly is the x value. So remember, in order to find x, you do the determinant of x over the determinant, which in our case is 12 over 30, which reduces down to 2 over 5. So x equals 2/5. Now I do the same thing to find my y. So the determinant of y, remember I switched the second column. So I have a, c, and then I have r, s. So the determinant for y equals 10, 20, 21, 39. Cross multiply these to find the determinant with respect to y. And you have 10 times 39 minus 20 times 21. The determinant for y equals negative 30. But in order to find y, we take the determinant with respect to y and divide it by our determinant, which is negative 30 over 30, which equals negative 1. So y for this, for Cramer's rule, y equals negative 1. Your solution is 2 over 5, comma, negative 1. So I'm going to pause the video and I want you to try number 5 and see if you get the answer I will write. Check to see if this is the answer you got. All right, so how do we find the determinant for a square matrix? If A is an n by n matrix, meaning it's larger than a 2 by 2 matrix, then the determinant requires some extra steps. I encourage you to grab 2 different color highlighters to help you follow along with the rest of these notes. Okay, so let's find the determinant for a 3 by 3 matrix. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to rewrite the first 2 columns next to the matrix. So I'll have 2, 0, 0, 1, negative 2, 1. Then I'm going to highlight in blue, starting from the top first diagonal, which is at 2. I'm going to scroll down and make that diagonal. But while making this diagonal, I'm going to go ahead and multiply all of these. So I have 2 times negative 2 times negative 3. All right, plus, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to go to the next diagonal, which is 1, 4, and 0. I'm going to multiply those two. So I have 1 times 4 times 0 plus, I'm going to do 0, 0, 1. So 0 times 0 times 1. So if I multiply all of these, I get negative 2 times negative 6, which gives me 12. So all of these become 0. Now I'm going to subtract. I'm going to change colors. And instead of going from the top, I'm going to go from the bottom corner. So I'm going to go 0, negative 2, 0. So I have minus 0 times negative 2 times 0 plus, I'm going to go from the bottom again, 1, 4, 2. So plus 1 times 4 times 2. The last one, I'm going to go from negative 3, 0 to 1. And I'll have minus negative 3, 0, 1. So if I kind of put this in parentheses because this is a subtraction sign, go ahead and bring my subtraction sign down. So this one becomes 0, this becomes 8, and this one becomes 0. So I have 12 minus 8. So 12 minus 8 gives me 4. So this is the determinant for this matrix above, which is a 3 by 3 matrix. All right, let's try B. Again, I'm going to look at this matrix and I'm going to take the first 2 columns here and I'm going to go ahead and rewrite them. So I have 1, 2, 0, 3, 0, 2. Pick my first highlighter color, and I'm going from the top to the bottom. So I'm going to have 1, 0, 2, which is going to give me 0. That's 0 plus 3, 8, and 0. Multiplying all of those gives me another 0. Plus 7, 2, and 2, which gives me 28. Minus, and put some parentheses around that. I'm going to change highlighters and go from the bottom. So I have 0 times 7, which gives me 0, plus 2 times 8 times 1, which gives me 16, plus the last one, 2 times 2 times 3, which is 12. So I have 28 minus 28, which gives me a determinant of 0. So the key to this is top, I went with blue, minus bottom, which deals with green.